Okay, so somebody is standing to pass your guard. And really, unless you're really, really great at like following them up and going for a choke or something like that, or an armbar while somebody's standing, it might be in your best interests to let go, right? And honestly, when it comes to standing guard passes, we have all these different types that rely on you being in the hub, relying on a certain level of connection and all that. So when somebody stands, don't think about it as, oh fuck, they're going to pass my guard. Start thinking of it as, oh goody goody, I get to play open guard, right? So we can go for that mermaid pass, right? He stands up and I just give up and I cross and I pinch and take him down, right? That could be one thing. He stands up, right? And I drop and put my feet on his hips. I grab his ankles. I can kick him back and sit up, right? So there's that guy that we talked about. We can, if I have a wrist, right, I can put my foot into his belly, hold on to this ankle, chip the other ankle with here, kick, and come up with that reap sweep. That's going to be another option. You can, he starts to stand up, lace through, right? Put your foot on the hip, and now you're in that De La Riva guard position, right? If I can get that near side arm, great. I can pass it under, sit up, grab here, and then I can block his far side leg and pull him down and get that sweep. So, we have a bunch of all these options when somebody stands. There's, of course, my favorite, which is to go into X guard, right? Which is bottom side here. So I want the laces of my top foot to touch his junk. Okay? I'm just using that as a mnemonic, guys, not because I like having my foot in people's junks, but whatever. If I have my top foot touching his ass, he can grab my knee and push it across and break out of that guard. But if I have the top foot touching his junk, right, his quadricep, then if he pushes back, he's just going to run into my foot. So it's going to be hard for him to break that X guard, and I've got that hook here, and I can stretch him out and all that. So, when it comes to standing, and I know you're probably going, yay, it's going to be this really, really exciting video here, but when it comes to standing, there's so much more they can do, because you're going into this really, really nice standing open guard game. And I would say start to treat it as such. Take it seriously, because yes, they absolutely can pass your guard. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Like, the first thing is, if he stood back up and I've got both feet on both sides, I'm going to be looking to get a better connection than that, right? If he wanted to, he'd just take my ankles and pin me down here, right? And then what would happen there, like, if I'm pinning somebody down from their legs being on the outside, I'm going to make them uncomfortable for a second. I'm going to let them release, and I'm going to step through, slide, and take side, the switch base position, right? So there's kind of that factor as well. We have, and that's kind of if both feet are on the outside. If both feet are on the inside, now I've got the hooks to worry about, right? And so I need to start clearing those hooks. So you can be mindful about that, guys. When it comes to the hooks, I don't know that I find it particularly helpful to have both hooks in, but keep in mind, guys, that, he might start to just come over your hooks or over your knees. So if that happens, guys, we do that, right? So we keep our boots on, sorry, and we project our knees forward to create a wall so that he can't just easily step over. And again, if he starts to lift his leg to clear a hook, I just follow. Right? I just extend up and I just follow that. He's not going to be able to go higher than I can, right? So the next thing he's going to do is he's going to pressure on that knee, put his knee down, do that little circle and get into the hub, right? So if he's starting to do that, we need to be very mindful. We could be like, so we got both hips, both ankles in, and he starts to do that, he's going to be unstable this direction. So you potentially, sweep him over that way. I don't think it would be particularly easy, but it's a possibility there, right? So there's a moment of instability here. Now, the next part of this is that he's going to come in and he's going to crowd my hamstring here, right? So when somebody starts getting to the hub, one of the things that I might recommend, since now I've got this 1 foot in, 1 foot out position, and he starts to crowd this, I'm going to start trying to make some distance so that he can't maintain that hamstring pressure. And if I can do that, then I can maybe start setting the next guard. Maybe I can start going underneath him. I can do a berimbolo to his back. There's all kinds of things, or an Eminari roll to his back or something like that. But really I'm trying to fight that hamstring control because that's going to control my hips to the ground, right? So there's that, right? He's pressuring me in here, and then I'm going to block him from being able to do that. So if he starts to come all the way over, he brings his leg all the way over to the side, and so that he can start to do that toreando, right? Or he's going to step out and do that toreando. What I need to do is I need to start to block that path, right? And so if he starts to bring this leg over to that side, I need to come over this way. Now, this is incredibly important, right? Once he starts going this way, I know that he's going to come around to my back. He's going to knee slide over this leg and come around the backside. So this takes us back to what we just did, right? He's going to be on this side, and I'm going to block that path. And once he gets to that side and tries to establish that top four quarter position, which is going to be better than side control, now I can start doing my sit-ups. Now I can start doing my Gambi rolls to take the back again. So, or take the guard again. So just some things for you guys to play around with. I know that it's a lot, and I've run through things a little bit quickly here because there's a lot to go through. But I hope this is helpful. If you guys have questions that have come up from this, please don't be afraid to ask. Again, with that standing, I've seen people, especially when people are starting to mess with the legs, maybe they are bringing one over for a toreando pass, and so they'll go inverted. It's the same concept there, right, guys? And the truth is, if somebody pushes my leg across because they're about to do that toreando, and I go inverted, I'm here. I can put my feet into my hips, and I can grab his ankles, and now I'm in this kind of reverse mount position. So yes, there are totally things that you can do when somebody's doing that high toreando pass that can start to give you opportunities to take a better position than what you had. So if you're really sucking at maintaining guard, you can either re-guard or you can just take a better position. So I hope this helps, and I hope you guys, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I did have a request for today, so I'm going to do that on the next video. All right, bye.